Hey guys, what is going on? This is ronin1011 back once again for ZFX TV. Now it's ZFX TV Network. We've been partnered. Hells yeah, brah! But I'm not here to talk about that right now. I'm here bringing you some more Battlefield 3 footage. And if you see up there in the corner, you see Timinator is now online, Timinator96. I want to give a shout out to my boy Timinator, aka Temps. Alright, he's another director slash Battlefield 3 player on ZTV network here. And so I just want to give him a shout out. Dude's awesome. Used to do graphics. He's working on his commentaries now. So I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can check out his stuff. He does also Modern Warfare 3, some Battlefield 3. Good stuff. Anyway, so this is again Down Your Fortress, and we're playing, what are we playing? Conquest Assault, some crap like that. Anyway, this was a decent match. I went like 24 and 12 or something like that. I think I got second in the room at the time. But anyway, it wasn't a bad match. It was pretty decent. And but what I really want to talk to you guys about today, like it says in the description, or the title I should say, is freelancing. I want to talk to you guys about freelancing, especially all the younger guys that do graphics and animations and logo animations and stuff like that. All the guys in our network or out of the network, whatever. I just want to talk about freelancing. I have a bit of experience. I freelanced for 8 years professionally before going back to school to get a second degree and everything. And then I even did some freelancing while I was in school. So 8, 9, whatever it was. I freelanced for a long while. And I've done everything from Photoshop work, After Effects work, 3D animation, some logo animation. I worked. That's all. I've done pre-production. I've done production as a cameraman. I've been a director. I've been a producer. I've done all the other stuff is post-production, editing, graphics, animation, 3D or otherwise. And so I basically have done it all. I've had 3 skit comedy shows. I had a T-shirt business. I had post-production business, all small businesses I made with some of the guys I graduated with, and but they didn't last. They were small businesses, and when you have 5 guys working on one thing, it's hard to do to run a business like that. But in any case, just wanted to give you guys some background information as to why I could qualify to give you guys some tips. So basically, what I want to start with now is getting into the freelance business. Sorry, I was watching the game footage. Getting into the freelance business, okay? This video is going to be probably at least a 2-parter. And this first video, like I said, is going to be getting into the business. So essentially starting your freelance business. Starting, how do you start? Where would you start? I'm a new graphic artist, and I really want to try and make some money, or at least start, to begin a career doing this. Sorry, I hit my mic. I wave my arms around a lot when I commentate. Actually, I should probably do like a face cam. Anyway, yeah. So that's what this video is. This is going to be part 1, and this part 1 is going to be the tips for actually starting. Starting to do the graphics and starting to try and find clients and really focusing on what you want to do. So guys, freelancing is really hard to do. It's a really hard business to not only break into but to maintain at any skill level. Unless you have some really good contacts. I got lucky and I started freelancing because I met a guy that was an editor he taught editing at my college, and it wasn't even my teacher. I just started bugging him, and he saw my work, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to come work for me?" And I said, "Hell yeah!" And from then on out, I just kept getting job after job through contacts through him, and also because my work was good. I was good enough that he said, "Hey, I got this young kid that's I was like in my early 20s at the time, but he's like, I got this guy that does really good work. You want to use him?" So that's how I got work. So right off the bat, just to let you guys know, if you're good enough, or even halfway decent, but you get a good contact, just one good contact that's in the business, that can really get you more jobs and more gigs, in that field. Okay, but if to get to that point where you know someone, or even get your first job and get your foot in the door, basically, you need to have a skill set. Okay, you need to have a direction that you want to go. Don't just do like 7 different things. I do animation, editing, graphics. When you're starting off, it's kind of hard. Okay, so pick something. Editing, okay. I do editing and I do animation. Boom, stick with that. Editing is going to be really hard. You're going to find it really hard to get into the editing business if you're not already established, okay? Graphics is a little easier because you can go anywhere and do graphics for anybody, okay? So I'd stay away from the editing unless you have a degree and stuff and then you did all that. But a lot of you guys, don't really have degrees yet, or you do, I don't know. But editing's a really hard thing to get into. The graphics is a little easier. Animation, again, it's a very hard thing to get into. But if you're doing it for commercial use, then you might have a little bit easier time. But graphics are really the way to go. So if I'm going to give you a very specific example of a skill set. Okay, let's say you do Photoshop. We're gonna stick with Photoshop and After Effects, I'll say. Okay. So know your skill set, and what I mean by that is know your workflow. Know how long it's going to take you to do stuff. Know how long it's going to take you to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, if for example, if you do YouTube backgrounds, okay, a lot of the guys on this network and otherwise do YouTube backgrounds. That's awesome, okay, but know how long it's going to take you to do that, okay? Because you're going to need to know that when you go to bill someone, when you go to when someone says, well, how long do you think this will take? I have this big huge thing I want. I need to know how long it's going to take you. And you'll say, well, you think in your head, okay, it takes me 2 hours to create a YouTube background, okay? You're going to tell the guy, okay, it's going to take me 3 hours or something like that, okay? Because you always sound a little bit longer to give yourself some padding, okay? But I can get into that tip another time. So basically, you need to know your workflow within your skill set, okay? Have a really good idea about that. The next thing that you want to have is a portfolio. Now, guys starting out that don't have any professional work, you're not really going to have a portfolio. So this is what I'm going to tell you to do, okay? Create a portfolio. A lot of you guys already have or started. I checked out a lot of the graphics guys, and you guys have like DeviantArt or blogs or stuff like that. That's great. That's great. Okay, especially if you do something like YouTube backgrounds or something, it's great. Have a portfolio. Just do them. Do a buttload of them. Okay, if you're you're not doing anything professionally, what you want to do is you want to have a sample of your work that you can show prospective clients. Not only that, you want to have a wide range of that. Don't just do one particular look. Do a different look. Do a different Surface Star, nice. Do a different type of look. Do different effects. Do all that type of stuff to show that you have diversity. So and also it gives clientele or prospective clientele an idea of different ideas, because a lot of times these clients will come and you'll sit down with them and they'll have no idea, or they'll have a vague idea of what they want, or they'll have a completely wrong idea of what they want, but they'll see something that you've done, A, B, or C, and they'll say, oh, I really like that one. I never even thought about that. So it's a good idea to have a portfolio, even if it's not any professional work. It's really good to have a portfolio so people get an idea of your work. And also, the next thing I want to talk about is, clientele. Like I said earlier, pick something that you want to do that you could do really well and that you could focus on. Okay, so once you focus, that really goes into like what kind of clients you want, what kind of clientele you're looking to do. So, or work for. So if you're going to do YouTube backgrounds, then it's going to be people on YouTube. Okay, but that's a little impersonal. You don't actually meet the people. It's over Skype or online or email, whatever. But if you're going broader into the bigger world, not just sitting in front of the computer talking to people, let's just say you want to do car ads, or you want to do something for your high school, like the yearbook, or print ads for your high school, or something like that. Or you want to do pizzeria ads or whatever. Pick someone local that you can maybe show you stuff to. I mean, that's what I did. When I was in high school, I used to go around to all the local people, real estate, pizzerias, stuff like that, and I would do like little things here and there. But that's my point. Figure out what you want to do. Okay, if you're on the younger side, like some of you guys are like 13, 14, 15, you're not out of high school yet, stuff like that, you're not in college, it's a little hard. So I guess if you want to build a portfolio now, think of some things that you in your community that you could probably make some money doing. Like I said, if you're a little older and you're going to be graduating graphic design school and stuff like that, then you've already been told all this stuff. But figure out who you want your clientele to be, and then do what I said before. Make a portfolio. Do mock-ups. We call them mock-ups. Do fake clients. Make fake logos, especially if guys do logo animations, 3D animations, Cinema 4D, 3D Max, whatever. Make logos. Okay? Don't use someone else's logo, though, because you'll get in trouble for that. People want to see originality. They want to see original things. They don't want to see other people's logos because you just basically you copied off of them, and there's nothing there's nothing special about that. So make up logos, okay? Make up your own logos. Let me amend that by saying sometimes it's okay to do a similar effect, because sometimes a client says, "Oh, I want my logo to look like so and so," and you say, "Well, you can't have your logo look like that, but I can make something that looks like that." You wouldn't actually say that. Well, if you knew the person really well, you could. I've actually known some like that. But most times you can't really tell the client that, especially if it's a new client that you're just starting to work with. But they will say, "Hey, I want mine to look like this," or "Can I have my website to look like that?" or "Can I have my logo to be like this?" or "Can I have my YouTube background to be like that?" Yeah, they don't get it. They just want what they want, and it's your job to tell them what they really want. So basically, yeah, sometimes maybe pick some of the like the cooler effects or some of the more popular logo styles, stuff like that, and make your own version. Maybe what I would do is I would actually start by doing that exact effect, or as close as I can get, or find a way to do that. Then I'd make it my own. Then I'd tweak it, change it, and come up with my own style similar to that. Because if it looks similar, they'll be happy, trust me. So it's a really good idea to have these, what I call mock-ups, in your portfolio. Again, diversity. Do varied amounts, of specific things. That way people can, again, see what your skills are, and you might like doing some things better than other things, Another good thing about having a portfolio of mock-ups is all the social media outlets we have now to promote yourself. So, you can have a YouTube channel where you can, do videos of your stuff. You can have blogs. You can do video blogs. You have Facebook pages. You have, or your own web page. Especially if you're going to be a web designer. I really haven't seen any web designers like in the network or anything, but I know that people try and do. I'll tell you right now, my brother's trying to break into the web design business, learning Java, PHP, and CSS. All that stuff. So again, social media is a great way to get yourself out there, and it's basically free. It's a free way to do it. Okay, guys, this video is ending real soon, so let's recap really quickly. Number one tip was know your skill set and your workflow, and this is so you can relay to your clients how long you think it's going to take to do a specific job. The next tip was have a diverse portfolio, and in that portfolio, do mock-ups or fake graphics or animations or editing, whatever it is that you plan to do. Have that in your portfolio for our next tip, which is clientele. Know what type of clientele you want to work for, okay? And that's going to dictate what goes into your portfolio and really help focus your freelance career. So that's it, guys. That's it for part one. On the next episode or the next commentary about freelancing, I want to talk about what happens afterwards once you get the job, or as you're going to get the job, and that's going to be billing. How do you bill your clients, okay? How do you get paid? And then what do you do once you get paid as far as taxes are concerned? Yeah. You got to worry about all that crap. So once again, this is ronin1011, ZFX TV Networks. Thank you, everyone.